All right, good evening. Looks like it's 6 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started here. This meeting is a meeting of the school board in public for the purpose of conducting the school corporation's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There may be time for public participation as indicated by the agenda items or as directed by the board president. The meeting site is fully accessible. Any person requiring further accommodation should contact the superintendent at the school corporation central office. This meeting will be electronically recorded and will be kept on file in the superintendent's office. A copy of both the audio and video recordings will be available on the NLCS website. At this time, please note for the record that we have 5 members of the board present. Dr. Miller and Mr. King are busy in other endeavors, but they gave us fair warning that they would not be here. All right, at this time, if you would, please rise and uncover. And Barb, would you lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Next item on the agenda is a review and approval of the minutes. The board has minutes from our July 16th meeting in our notes, and so I would take a motion for approval of the minutes as provided.
So moved.
All right. Mr. Soakland makes the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Ms. Collier seconds. Any questions or discussion? All right. Hearing none. All those in favor of approval of the minutes, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, next item, 1.2, and we're going through our numbering schema too that has a lot of ones and decimals after them, so bear with us. 1.2, persons to address the board relative to the agenda. Do we have any cards or anyone address the board? All right, moving on. Item 1.3, business office. Ms. Carson.
Good evening. First, I'd like to ask the board for approval of claims and payroll since the last board meeting in the amount of $3,813,500.77.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of claims and payroll as stated. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Ms. Miller makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Soakland seconds. Questions or discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask for approval of fund transfers and corrections as presented.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of fund transfers and corrections as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Gilmore makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Soakland seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, I have 2 items related to increase in adult meal prices. First, I'd like to ask for approval of the increase in adult breakfast prices at all elementary schools.
Okay, I have a recommendation for the recommendation for the increase of the adult breakfast prices as stated. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Gilmore makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Soakland seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask for the approval to increase adult lunch price for Lincoln Elementary School.
All right, have a recommendation as stated. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Soakland makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Miller seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Ms. Carson. Item 1.4 on the agenda, Human Resources. Mr. Unger.
Good evening. Before presentation of the next approval, I just want to say a reminder that on the June 18th meeting, we went ahead and approved Joseph DeWeese and also Brian Turpin as our new safety resource officers. So tonight, their role is different enough that we felt like we might want to do another contract. So what you're approving tonight is those contract terms for those two safety resource officers. So 1.41, I ask for your approval of the contract terms between NLCS and our employed school resource officers.
Okay, I have a recommendation for approval of the contract as stated. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Sokol makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Gilbert seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
All right, thank you. For item 1.4.2, I ask for the approval of the addendum to the contract for the Director of Rising Stars Early Learning Center as presented to you.
All right, have a recommendation for the addendum as stated. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
All right, Ms. Collier makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Gilbert seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
All right. And before presenting the final item I have, just want to say it looks like that we've started very well with the year. The HR and finance team has done a good job of welcoming new employees. Also, we've adjusted the contracts that were agreed upon in the last negotiation. They're already being adjusted, and that's been done and sent out to employees and rolled out. And also, our substitute candidate pool has grown, and so we've had a really good full rate to start this year. So we're excited to see that and hopefully to keep that as healthy as it has been. So the last item I have, 1.4.3, is approval of the personnel agenda as presented to you.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of the personnel agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Sokol makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Gilbert seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? Mr. Unger, what are our gaps, or how many positions are yet to fill for the year? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't. I mean, they're on our new career site. I can say we've now fully transitioned to the new HR system that we asked about in less than 6 months ago. We've now transitioned to that for everything. We have some positions posted. Some are rolling positions, like we're always, I think, keep bus drivers up and substitutes. Some of the special ed that were difficult to fill, Susan Swingo and her teams worked really hard and worked with contracting, so some of those are. So some of them will be closed even tonight after this board will formally close those. So it's kind of hard, but we are still, I think, in the best situation that we have been in a long time. And then we had a need out at Lincoln recently, and rather than do some new hires, we're going to go ahead and transfer those positions to full-time to help fill the gaps, which again saves getting a whole nother employee. Also, it's been good for those employees because they've could use the extra hours too. They said to help in their balance of working here, and so those are some of the items there. So I can't give you an exact number, but I feel we're in really good shape.
Good. All right. Any further questions or discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor of approval of the personnel agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Mr. Unger. All right, moving on. 1.5, Rising Stars, Ms. Skinner.
Good evening. I am here tonight to ask for approval for our rate increase for the Rising Stars Early Learning Center.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of the rate increase for the Rising Stars Early Learning Center. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All right, Ms. Collier makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I heard Mr. Gilbert first. Mr. Gilbert seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? For public awareness, do you want to frame up what the increase entails?
Yeah. So we had typically haven't had an increase in the last few years, and so we are definitely well overdue for that. And this is a tuition increase for our families, and it's only going up by $5 a day. So it's not a huge increase, but it still can impact some families. But it's also going to help us align with our financial stability and making sure that we can still give our staff those raises and things like that they need every year.
All right, very good. Thank you. Any further questions or discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Ms. Skinner. All right, agenda item 1.6, secondary curriculum. Dr. Miller.
Good evening. I'm requesting approval of the 2026-2027 IDOE Test Security and Integrity Training Forms and Local Policy.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of the IDOE Test and Security and Integrity Training as stated. Do I have a motion? All right, Ms. Miller makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Soakland seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. We cannot get this fast, I guarantee. Something will come up. All right, item 1.7, special education. Ms. Swango.
Good evening. I have a few items to ask for approval for this evening. The first is 1.7.1, the approval of the ProCare contracts as presented.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of the ProCare therapy contracts as presented. Do I have a motion? All right, Ms. Miller makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Gilbert seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? And this is a recurring contract with ProCare?
Year to year,
Year to year.
it just depends on what positions that I need to be contracted for.
But a known provider then with ProCare. We've used them before.
Yes.
All right, any further questions or discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries.
My second item, 1.7.2, is the approval of St. Joseph Institute for the deaf contract.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of the contract as stated. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Soakland makes a motion. Do I have a second? Ms. Miller seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank
Motion
you.
carries.
My next item is 1.7.3 is approval for myself and my Assistant Director, Kelsey Pace, to attend the ICASE Fall Conference in Plainfield on September 23rd through the 25th.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of the trip as stated. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Mr. Gilbert makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Miller seconds. Questions or discussion related to this? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. My last item for approval is 1.7.4, approval of preschool peer model program tuition for the 26-27 school year.
All right, have a recommendation for the approval of the preschool peer model program tuition as stated. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Soakland makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Gilbert seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? Ms. Swingle, would you frame this up for us, this tuition model? Is this?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Kind of give us the succinct summary of this peer model program tuition?
Yes, we do have a peer model program. They have not been charged tuition up to this point. This is fairly new. We had a few families that we grandfathered in at this certain rate. Going forward, it will be the same rates as for the rest of the Rising Stars. So this was just a little bit different, so that's why it was presented separately.
All right. Any further questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Swingle.
Thank you.
All right, item 1.8, technology. Mr. Housel.
Good evening. I would request approval of our phone service contracts with AT&T. This is for our main bank of phone lines, and it's a little convoluted. It comes in on two contracts. One contract is for the managed internet service that the lines come in on, and that's $272.52 per month. And then for the actual phone lines themselves, we have 46 lines, and that's $589.20 a month for a grand total of $861.72. So, which I think is down about $90 a month from last contract. So this is a 3-year contract.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of the AT&T contract as stated. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Gilmore makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Solon seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Hausel.
Thank you.
All right, moving right along. Item 1.9, Superintendent, Mr. Yancey.
Thank you, Mr. Parsley. 19.1, we are asking approval of North Lawrence Career Center operating agreements with Brownstown Central, Medora, Mitchell, Orleans, Shoals Community School Corporations.
All right, thank you. I have a recommendation for approval of the Career Center agreements as stated. Do I have a motion? All right, Ms. Miller makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Gilbert seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 19.2, we are asking approval for the use of imitation firearms for criminal justice classes at North Lawrence Career Center.
All right, I have a recommendation as stated. Do I have a motion? All right, Ms. Miller makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Solon second. Questions or discussion related to this motion?
Has there been any concern about this? I know they're imitation, but any more people get up in arms about anything? No pun intended.
No. It's pretty regulated in the
Are
class.
these like bright orange, bright blue,
Yes.
plastic molded? Yeah.
Yes,
And they do not leave the school grounds?
they stay in school grounds.
That
Yes,
was
sir.
my question. Are we going to ensure that they stay in the classroom and not filter through?
Well,
building.
sometimes they go outside the classroom to do drills.
Okay.
And there's
I'm
a,
talking just, we need to keep track of the orange and blue
guns,
tools, yeah.
imitation guns.
Imitation tools, yeah, and not let them
Yep.
get outside the classroom or get outside of the supervision of the teacher.
And after you
obviously.
approve this, it goes to the prosecutor's office.
I'm also assuming there's limitations on what weapons they can be used to imitate. Like most of them, I'm assuming, would be handguns and not anything.
Right now, we just have handguns.
Okay.
What's the prosecutor's office do? I don't understand the link there.
I just want to make sure that the prosecutor agrees that this isn't a violation of that statute that was in your packet.
Because you can't possess a firearm. That's property.
Okay, any further questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 1.9.3, we're asking approval of 2 North Lawrence Career Center staff members to attend the Indiana Association of Career and Technical Education Annual Conference in Indianapolis, Indiana on September the 10th through the 12th.
Okay, I have a recommendation for the trip as stated. Do I have a motion? Ms. Miller makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Solon seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 1.9.4, we are asking approval of 1 North Lawrence Career Center staff member to attend the Gordon Food Service Show in Louisville, Kentucky on September 16th.
All right, have a recommendation for the trip as stated. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Gilbert makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Solon seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 1.9.5, we are asking approval of concrete addition at Bedford North Lawrence High School from Hilton Construction.
All right, have a recommendation for approval of this addition as stated, or do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Gilbert makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, Ms. Collier seconds. Questions or discussion related to this motion?
Just out of curiosity, where's the concrete going?
It is so where the bus stop is, at the circle where the monument is. You walk across all that grass to the cafeteria, that ends up turning to mud, and the custodians they've been asking for a long time for this to be done, and there's some cracked concrete in the area, so we can clean it all up in one swoop.
So you're gonna concrete over all the grass there in that
Yes,
left of the circle there.
yes.
What was the cost stated? I didn't-
40,000.
40,000. All right, any further questions or discussion related to this motion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Can I do my FYIs now? The first FYI, we're asking next month for approval for the Social Studies Department at Bedford North Lawrence High School to be carpeted and painted. We will probably start that over fall break. Remember last year we did the English department. So we're trying each year to do a department to clean those areas up. The second FYI is regarding questions that were posed about the school attendance mediation program during the public session of the July board meeting. Here is some additional information that might help you, so you can take a look at that. The next FYI is at the baseball field. We've talked about bleachers. The cost is $460,000. I will be bringing that to you next month. We had some issues with those bleachers in the past, and they need to be updated. Also, the press box has to be looked at because it's connected to those bleachers, how it was built back in the day. So I wanted you to take a look at that before we brought it in front of you next month. Also, I have some thank yous. The buildings just looked outstanding at the start of school, and I want to thank the custodians maintenance department. I was really proud of how our buildings looked at the start of school. We had such a great start, so you have to thank our principals, teachers, and staff. I want to thank the B&L Athletic Department, Mr. Babbins, for the B&L Athletic Silver Star cards. That's been a hit. And a big congratulations to our elementary schools on their iRead state scores. The average was 91%. The goal is 90% on our strategic plan. We did have a school that was 100%. So I have never had that happen before anywhere I've been, so I was really proud of Nemour, 100% pass rate on the iRead test. We also had a school go up from 77% to 89% in 1 year. That was an amazing turnaround. So I'm very proud of our teachers and staff that work with our young people on reading. Also, I want to take a moment to thank Steve and Ms. Hudson and David. So this is my ID badge, but on the back of my ID badge now I have numbers of all the emergency numbers that I can use. I have a QR code that I can hear on my phone, and it brings up this document of every safety procedure that we have. And also every teacher, I like printed copies, so we'll have a printed copy, but they can also use their badge now to access that. So I thought this was done by a grant, and I want to thank the whole staff that put this together. I think it's a very impressive, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to all the administration, the faculty, staff members, and everyone for seems to be a pretty smooth kickoff to school. I know I think it was Kaylee you put together and David put together an update on all of our Wednesday early dismissal dates on the social media, so that's appreciated. Sometimes those sneak up on parents, even me, especially me. So that's great to see. So I know our enrollment numbers probably have yet to settle out fully, and that takes a little bit, but of course, we'll be interested in how our enrollment stands for the year whenever those numbers do start to steady up, and the impact on our finances and ADM and all that soon. But look forward to hearing from that. Okay. Moving on then to item 1.10, persons to address the board not relative to the agenda. Any further cards or comments? All right. Then we are moving right along. In closing business, we have upcoming meeting. Our next meeting is September, somebody tell me.
17th.
September 17th, 6 p.m. regular meeting, executive session to follow. We will be adjourning to executive session after this regular meeting, as is our custom. And any other upcoming meetings I need to identify? Okay. With that, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Gilbert makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Collier seconds. All those in favor of adjournment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?